अस्सलाम गाइस, कैसे हैं आप। उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप सब खैरियत से होंगे, खुश होंगे और हमारी दुआ है कि हमेशा खुश रहें, हंसते और मुस्कुराते रहें। मेरा नाम है रहमान अनवर
और मैं हूं ज़फ़र इकबाल।
और आज हम जिस वीडियो पर रिएक्ट करने जा रहे हैं, इस वीडियो का टाइटल है चैलेंजिंग गूगल टॉप फीडर कॉलेज स्टूडेंट फिट यूएस ब्रेकली।
बिल्कुल ये चैलेंजिंग है। जो गूगल के टॉप फीडर कॉलेज है ना उसका। तो
बिल्कुल
ये
भाई।
इस भाई का हमने पहले भी आईआईटी कॉलेज में ये आए थे, वहाँ पे इन्होंने एक
हाँ
चैलेंज
बिल्कुल, इनके
किया था।
हाँ $100 वाला भी
$100
देखा है
वाला।
और आईआईटी वाले भी
तो
देखे हैं इनका
अब जो है
ब्लॉग।
ना ये दोबारा चैलेंज करने लगे हैं, देखते हैं कि किस तरह लड़के पूरा उतरते हैं कि नहीं।
बिल्कुल भाई, तो देखते हैं वीडियो। अगर वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कीजिएगा और कमेंट में अपनी राय का इज़हार ज़रूर कीजिएगा। तो करते हैं वीडियो स्टार्ट।
I think liquor is a waste of time. Yeah! So दोस्तों, today I am at UC Berkeley. अगर आप सर्च करोगे fact check, this is one of the biggest feeder college to companies like Google, Facebook. One of the biggest feeder college. Today we're going to test those students with one of the most asked question at Google.
यहाँ पे भी $100 है।
हाँ
Hey guys, chance to win $100. Computer science students, chance to win $100. Computer science students. One lead, one question. So by the way, what's your name and what's your major?
Computer science.
Awesome. Which year are you in?
I'm a first year.
So how much lead code have you done so
Not
far?
much.
Awesome. So it's going to be a pretty easy question. Trust me.
If it was easy, then you wouldn't be giving $100.
प्यारी समझ
समझ गए।
So the question is actually flood fill. It's actually one of the most common question. So here's the problem. You're given a matrix which has ones and zeros. 1 stands for flood and 0 is nothing. Now you have to replace 1, which is a flood, with 2. That means the flood is actually filled. Now let's say you start with a middle element. You have to keep replacing left, right, up and down. But the trick part is you have to replace it for the neighbors as well. That's why it is a graph algorithm. Make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. You can go
Okay,
ahead.
and the trick is like you gotta do it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the challenge.
In classic Google style.
Yeah.
मुश्किल।
Okay.
Try.
Can I give up?
Yeah, sure. I mean, are you like 100% sure you're not gonna do it?
Yeah.
बस हवा निकल गई।
निकल गए।
Anyone else wants to try?
Yo guys, $100 for lead code. Anyone?
You introduce
Oh,
yourself.
Shashank, Eats.
Easiest.
Yeah.
So electrical and computer engineering.
Yeah.
Computer science.
Computer science.
ECS.
Eats.
Awesome.
My bad. I'm like
Okay.
half
So
right now.
what year?
Freshman.
Freshman. Nice. Where are you from?
Austin, Texas.
Nice. So think about the problem, and once you have an idea, we can start going.
Yeah.
So the timer starts now.
Do I know it's a matrix? So you're given a matrix and a starting position. So given a matrix, is that like an array?
Yeah, you can structure it however you like.
Damn. Wait. Hold on.
Like an array of arrays in Java.
Okay, but do I have to convert the matrix?
मुश्किल है बहुत
No, you
ज़्यादा।
can assume the input as you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So assume it. Can I just say it's like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You can assume.
Oh, so it's the recursion.
Yes, the recursion. Yes. Nice. So you taught Python in school from beginning.
No, here. So we're doing recursion right now in class.
I see. They teach you Python first, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I can solve it. Yeah.
शाबाश बेटा।
Yeah, my bad.
It's okay.
It's
Thank
like,
you for trying.
thank you so much for it.
नहीं गए।
Sure. So here's the question. It's about matrix. You can get started, and you have 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to code it out and just talk through it.
Code it. I'm like, yes.
It's like pseudocode or whatever.
Pseudocode. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I can get that. Sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, like, which approach you will choose, recursion or iteratively?
I think recursion is easier. Recursion.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so you'll start at the node, and then, so if node equals 1, then convert it to a 2. Then dispatch.
You dispatch. How would you dispatch it? Because we're just not doing one dispatch. We're doing multiple dispatches,
Yes.
right? So how would you do that?
For like all 4 directions.
Right.
So you'd have to like first of all like min and maxes. You'd bound it to like the dimensions of matrices. So 0, 0, and then like row, comma, column, the max. And then you would add 1 in the row direction, and you'd dispatch another search in the column direction, and then -1, and then -1 above.
Right.
So you'd have 4 searches. So r plus 1,
C plus 1, R minus 1, C minus 1, and then those would call these, and then those would be the new start nodes, and you can continue the search and then go back up the stack to solve the problem.
That is perfect. If you had to do it iteratively, not through recursion, what will be your approach?
Right, okay, iteratively. So, in an iterative approach, if you start here, you could like basically store a list of which coordinates you want to go to next.
So another approach is stack you could have used.
Yeah, I
Because DFS is
yeah,
basically
linked list
stack.
would not be, stack would be better.
But approach is correct. So, and what about the time complexity?
Time complexity. So, like we're assuming worst case where like all of them are ones, you would, so it would be each search would dispatch 4 searches, and that would be 4 to the power of number of elements in the matrix. If all of them are 1.
But still, you were very close. So congrats.
Yeah. Big shout out for like being our first winner of $100
जीत गए
giveaway.
नहीं जीता नहीं काफी नजदीक था लेकिन सॉल्व नहीं कर पाया
2 years, you still made it. So this is the talent of Berkeley students. So what do you think about LeetCode? Do you like it or no?
I think LeetCode is a waste of time.
What?
I personally think it's better to just like learn the algorithm and like read it and try to figure out in your head instead of like grinding practice problems. It's pattern matching and not like actually knowing the algorithm well.
Yeah.
So that's like one thing I would say. I think it's useful to get a job though, so that's like one positive thing.
At the end of the day, it seems like cramming, right?
Yeah, that's what I did that too, but it's not the best way to learn.
Not allowed to walk here. नहीं तो 4.0 नहीं आएगा. So before starting with the problem, first of all, they are
गोरे आ गए
students or IQBAL members at least, right? That's like one of the top computer science club. And by the way, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Avi. I'm part of IEEE.
Are you now?
I am.
What year are you?
Well, I'm third year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You? I'm Elam. I'm a second year. I'm interested in philosophy and I do CS on the side.
Oh, on the side. So
Yeah.
your major is CS though?
I'm mostly philosophy. CS is like a kind of backup plan because I need a job.
Oh, nice. Awesome. So let's get started. So they're going to do it together. So let's get started with the problem.
So do we just BFS from this and replace all the ones with 2? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to use we'll use a queue, right? So then we can say like stack, because we're doing DFS equals.
Yeah, you can do pseudocode as well. So you don't have to do like proper coding.
It's the same. Okay. It's Python, dude.
Yeah.
While stack. We're going to say
I'm here for moral support.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what are your thoughts?
Okay, we're just going to assume we have some function that gives us the adjacent ret is some 2D array.
So that's output, return.
Yeah, return. N by n.
Okay, here.
And then we have to go. Yeah, sorry.
Could you think of it like more recursively, and also the fact that you can modify the matrix in place, so you don't have to use additional memory.
Yeah, I feel like modifying the matrix in place might cause us to. Oh, you're right, because the numbers are different now.
Yeah. You're getting more space then.
This is not the most
Yeah,
optimal.
no, I
space
understand. Okay. Sure, we can modify it in place. So we can just say mat.
He chose the wrong algorithm in the beginning, but with some hints, he was able to get to the right solution, even being a philosophy student.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
What condition will you check for?
oh, you just check if you're out of bounds. If your index is out of bounds. But I mean, this is just pseudocode.
That's correct.
So now
Time
you want to talk
complexity.
through the
Time
like the
complexity.
algorithm and time complexity.
Yeah, O of n times n.
Right.
correct.
M is the number of.
And it's constant speed.
Congratulations.
And obviously.
Oh,
Can you believe, guys, that he's a philosophy student, he's still in it? Amazing. Where do you work, by the way?
Next summer I'm at Databricks.
Their interviews are harder than Google. You're not a normal student.
I think that philosophy gives you a lot more like soft skills, which are what Databricks is looking for, more so than like pure technicality. Like if you're like code forces someone and you never like go outside of your room, like you might have a hard time like explaining yourself to the interviewer and talking about specifically why you want to work at Databricks. But I think that philosophy really gives you those soft skills rather than you remember heavy light decomposition or something.
Perfect. Thank you so much for
Yeah, have a good day.
Hi, my name's Dylan. I'm a sophomore at Berkeley, CS and applied math major. I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right. And what do you like to do outside of CS?
I play basketball, I like to run, just chill.
And we got the whole crowd supporting it.
Yeah.
Too. Alrighty, so it's gonna be like a very popular lead code medium problem on the easier side.
Okay.
Can we skip to the good part?
And then this is connected, so this also changes to a 2, this also changes to a 2, and this also changes to a 2, right?
Right, yeah.
So let's say if this was a 1, right?
That
this
one.
will also change to a 2.
Okay.
So it's like a full
Oh,
complete-
it connects like
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it needs to be like recursive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's the right
Yeah,
problem.
exactly, right?
So how would you go about it?
So you get the starting cell, right?
Right.
You need like a function, like a helper function that like takes in.
Right.
Yeah, you need more than one parameter because you need to be able to check if the adjacent, pretty much if there are cells in all adjacent, if it's on the edge of the matrix, you don't want to call it, right? And then you check each cell. If it's a 1, you call the function again on it.
Right.
And then you change the cell that you're on to it too.
Okay. That's the correct initial process that I'm looking for. Alright, alright. So, what are the edge cases that you will think about? So, let's say for each 1, right, you're checking in adjacent cells.
Yeah.
What are the edge cases that you will think about?
It needs to be in range of the matrix.
Right.
Right. It can't be out of the matrix.
Right.
It needs to make sure that you're checking that it's a 1 specifically.
Right.
So it can't be a 0 or a 2.
Yep.
You don't want to like go back and change it.
Yep.
So you need to change the cell that you're on before you call any of the
Right?
adjacent.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Code it.
Code it.
Yeah, just like write pseudocode any
Pseudocode.
language of your choice.
No. Okay.
You got it?
I got it. I'm just shaking a little bit, you know.
Okay,
The pressure's getting to me.
It's all good, don't worry. No pressure.
Try to think. It's not 0, then you can still go 1 more to the left, right?
Right. Yep.
You're gonna call it with the same Y.
Yep. What would the complexity of m rows and n columns?
Is it
Big O off.
well if it's linear it'd be big O of n, right? Or
It's an m by n matrix.
oh m by n. Oh yeah. Sorry. I was thinking of how many. It'd be like would it be mn or
Exactly. Spot on. And what is the space complexity?
The space
How
complexity?
How much additional space are we using here?
Well
Considering the recursive set.
yeah. Okay, let's think. Because each recursive call would open like a new like frame essentially, right?
Yeah.
To use like 61A lingo. But it would at most open mn.
Spot on.
Yes.
गोरे तो दोनों जीत
Here's what I've learned. It is not about cramming lead code questions. It is about confidence, conversational skills, and most importantly, asking for help if needed. क्योंकि जब आप hint मांगते हो from the interviewer, you are telling that you really want to get to the right answer, and there is nothing wrong in that. बहुत मजा आया challenge करके, right?
Right, dude. Like, it was so fun.
Yes, very, very satisfying. Students are really smart here, but we didn't have to give hints for them to solve it.
मज़ा आ रहा है। हाँ जी गाइस, तो जैसा कि आप वीडियो देख रहे थे, बिल्कुल भाई हमारी तो भाई नॉलेज के ऊपर से भाई क्वेश्चन कर रहे थे। वो
क्वेश्चन थोड़ा टफ
था बहुत ज़्यादा भाई, क्योंकि अब अगर यहाँ पर देखा जाए तो भाई सब कंफ्यूज ही हो रहे थे, लेकिन इतना आसान भी नहीं था और इतना मुश्किल भी नहीं था। मुश्किल उनके लिए नहीं था जिनको आता था, बाकियों के लिए बाकियों के लिए तो काफ़ी मुश्किल है।
जो इंडियन वहाँ पे गए हुए हैं वो थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हुए हैं। एक आध जीत तो गया है, लेकिन इन्होंने जो है ना वो दूसरे लोगों ने तो फ्लोली जो है ना इसका आंसर दिया है। बाकी भाई ने इंडिया में आके भी वीडियो बनाई थी, बल्कि है भी ये खैर सॉरी इंडियन ही है, और इसके बहुत अच्छे व्लॉग भी होते हैं और मतलब गाइड बहुत करता है, खासकर वीज़ा रेलेवेंट स्टडी रेलेवेंट वीज़े के, और उसके अलावा व्लॉग अच्छे बनाता है। और इसकी ये वीडियो जो है ना इसलिए उठाई थी कि थोड़ा बहुत वहाँ का भी देखें कि वहाँ पे टैलेंट किस तरह का है, जो गोरे के वहाँ पे स्कूल। ज़ाहिर बात है जो उन्होंने गूगल वालों ने जो बनाया वो तो ज़ाहिर बात है इस हद तक है कि वहाँ पे काफ़ी टैलेंटेड लोग ही होंगे, तो उस हवाले से जो है ना वो काफ़ी मज़ा आया देख।
बिल्कुल भाई, मज़े की अगर बात की जाए तो अब इससे ज़्यादा क्या मज़ा के भाई। लेकिन ये कि आप इंडियंस की बात कर रहे हैं भाई, उन्होंने हाफ प्राइज़ तो भाई जीता ही है। अब ये तो नहीं ना,
वो भी अगर गए हुए हैं तो कम थोड़े ही हैं।
हाँ बिल्कुल भाई, जो यहाँ से वहाँ पढ़ने गए हैं वो काम तो नहीं होंगे। खैर वो काफ़ी फास्ट माइंड उनका होगा भाई, तो इसीलिए उन्होंने भाई जीते हैं। लेकिन यहाँ पर अगर देखा जाए तो भाई जिन्होंने दो ने भाई कंप्लीट किए हैं, बिल्कुल उन्होंने लास्ट पर बताया था थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन के अंदर जाएं, हिंट मांगे, जब हिंट मांगते हैं तो उन्हीं में भाई
सब कुछ है।
सब कुछ है। लेकिन यह है कि उन्होंने भाई हिंट मांगे और उन्होंने दोनों ने सॉल्व कर लिया। लेकिन उस इंडियन, अब आपको कंफर्म भी है भाई वो इंडियन ही था। अब
हाँ
ये
जी,
ना
इंडियन था, पता लग जाता है यार, नाम से पता लग जाता है, बोलने
नाम
का थोड़ा सा अंदाज जो है ना उससे पता चल जाता है।
बिल्कुल ये चीज़ है,
अपने लोगों का पता चल ही जाता है।
अपने लोगों का पता चल जाता है भाई। लेकिन यह है कि भाई वीडियो काफ़ी अच्छी थी और मज़ा आ रहा था। खैर आपने भी मज़ा लिया होगा। तो अगर वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कीजिएगा और कमेंट में अपनी राय का इज़हार ज़रूर कीजिएगा। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।